one.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Downtime Encounters for our D&D 5e game, Rites and Binding Inheritance, and this is going to be episode 5. And, of course, for today, we're going to figure out who is going to recap for us today. And hopefully it's not Rose again, but we'll find out. We got a 6.
If it's me, I'm going to be mad. Haha, it's Piper!
Well, I have a good memory and I take notes, so it won't be a problem.
Thank God it's not me for a change.
Okay, so the only thing I'm trying to remember, had we left the city yet at the start of last time?
You guys did, yes.
Okay, so we left Lux, went to yes, that's right. Okay, because we had this whole scene with Elabella. I can never remember if her name's Elabella or Arabella. Elabella. So Elabella is traveling with us. None of us are exactly thrilled about that. She just kind of basically pushed herself on us and said, I'm traveling with you because Let has to take me to their monastery, and that's that. So the first night, she sets up her little tent, and I can't remember the name of her guard, her Dragonborn guard.
Urjar.
Yes, Urjar. So she's in the tent. Urjar is outside keeping watch, and Fern decides that she's gonna go and try to distract Urjar and just strikes up a conversation. Gorfrak decides, let's turn to a spider and sneak into the tent. And then Gorfrak sees a door, has her own little scene, opens the door, goes in, explores a little bit, sees some weird rooms with some weird ominous names on them. Finally goes into this like arcane lab area, sees Elabella, and then Elabella says like, Gorfrak, you're finally here. But then Gorfrak blacks out and remembers nothing. So Gorfrak comes back out of the tent after Let has tried to also see what's inside the tent and like cut a hole in it. While this is happening, Kai and Sylvia are just kind of sitting by the fire like, oh, what are these dumbasses doing? So Gorfrak comes back. Gorfrak was gone for like 20 minutes, but she thinks she was only gone for like 2 to 5. So has no memory of what happened. We're, like, ask your questions, what happened, knows nothing. Finally, we get to Maple Grove. We go to Sarah Deacon's tower. Sylvia knocks on the door, and this weird plant thing immediately attacks us. Well, Sylvia, and then we try to fight it. Fern uses the resilient sphere spell to contain it, and we go inside. We go into this main room, and we're looking around, and then what was the thing that appeared? I can't remember what exactly it was.
Flying orb, and I don't
Just
know.
A flying orb is what it was called.
I forgot his name because I called him.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. So this
Sir
flying
Thomas?
orb appears. We basically say that again.
Sir Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It was Sir Thomas. How did I forget that? Anyway, Sir Thomas appears and basically says he cannot contact Cirrus Deacon because we had tried to send a message to him like, let us in. Why is this plant thing attacking us? Whatever. No response. Sir Thomas can't contact him either unless his life is in danger or we can prove that like we're his friends or whatever. Or no, both of them have to be true. So we managed to convince him, but we still have to solve this puzzle to get to him. So the first room, we just had to identify the 3 sources of magic and place them on these little pedestals, which we figured out. Then we moved on to the next room where we have to make this potion, basically, that has something from all 8 of the different planes. And that's basically where we ended. Sylvia pulled out her spellbook she inherited from her family, and that turned out to be really helpful, and we're still assembling the potion.
Yeah. On point. Nothing else really to add to that. And we'll pick up right as 3 of you headed into plane of water. And I believe that was you, Fern, Taylor. Fern, Gorfrak, and Let. I was mixing up my names there.
That sounds right. That sounds like the trio who gets into shit.
Yeah, you guys are in this projected, not to say bubble is kind of the wrong word. It's almost like projected force that is moving the water you're walking through out of the way as you are by Sir Thomas. Otherwise, you would have to swim under possibly heavy pressure.
It's all water?
But you can see the portal opened up underwater.
I want to try and stick my hand into it.
I grab Fern back.
What?
Do you like that hand, Fern?
Is the water gonna eat it?
It's gonna crush it. We're in the plane of water right now, and I know. Well, I don't know if the water works the same as it does on the material plane, but gravity causes pressure. Pressure smashes things when it's under a lot of water. If the same principle applies here, I don't know how this force barrier works, but if you put your hand through it, you might get smashed. Or you could puncture the barrier and kill us all. That's also another option.
See, this is why I hate water. This is why the ocean is fucking weird. Whoops.
I mean, just wait till we go to the plane of fire, I guess.
There's a
Just
fire.
the elemental planes, though.
I've already forgotten. Am I here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like Let's splashing and playing in the water and going, hot dog, I don't have to take a bath for a week now.
Gorfrak looks over at Sir Thomas and says, "What are we here for again?" Well, she's done. She's done with these toddlers.
I do believe it is aquatic onions.
Are those going to be in the ocean bed, or are they going to be in the water?
He does not know. He
Can
kind
I
of
roll
tilts his head a bit
nature?
and is unsure.
Aquatic onions.
I did say this last time. This shouldn't be a surprise.
I've clearly forgotten, and that sounds like something that somebody would say after brain damage.
Also, to be honest,
roll
you said
nature and
that list
arcana,
really
or one of the
quickly.
two.
I definitely missed that one in my list of things we needed.
My notes say aquatic apples, so I think I misheard you.
I might have missaid it too, but it is onions in my notes. Ooh, so we got a 19. Yeah, you know exactly. So these things are, it's like bluish colored, almost kind of like a watermelon in terms of consistency. But they are embedded in the ground on the ocean floor. And you can find them by the bioluminescent strands that it produces.
Glowing onions?
Going on.
The onions themselves are not glowing, but the like little sprouts at the top of them are, which is the way you can indicate where they're at.
Can we see any of those little tendrils now?
You can roll perception.
Okay.
It's actually like very dark. You're the only thing providing light, other than maybe at the far distant surface.
Would anybody like to roll perception? Fern did. Oh, you have a +6.
Okay, that's pretty good. $16, also pretty good.
I have to get it. Go through the subject. Here we go.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward, honestly. It isn't too hard to find. When you reach there, you realize there's a bunch of other types of ingredients nearby as well. Probably the portal was set up close to something that would have a lot of these resources nearby. So when you get there, there's a variety of options. You already know what you need to get. And they are, like, again, a variety of different things. Some of them have these like weird coral, like spirals. There is like kelp, but it's like, not to say multicolored, but just kind of like, it's alien kind of colored sort of thing. Like, it would be very foreign to you, not green. But there's also the normal typical stuff that you find, like coral reefs and things. So it's pretty typical. Any fish that swim near you, like, are pushed away by the barrier. So
Aww.
yeah, every once in a while you might see like a large fish like bump into the barrier, and it might cause the barrier to weaken slightly. But
Are we?
That's kinda what
I was kind of hoping we get like a fish swim in and then drop.
you can roll Arcana and see if that's an issue.
Okay.
Oh yeah, one of everything is going into the bag of holding. Fred is just, ooh, this
You're
is cool.
killing it
Ooh,
today.
this is cool. Ooh.
Yeah, and
Like
Let
me
has
when I actually go to
probably
the ocean.
Let's probably observed Fern collecting things from the ocean. That was a character slip because
Same
that is
person.
right. That is a case scenario where same person, but Let, and this is probably also same person for me and Let, but Let would be also grabbing things and going, I also want one of these, and I want one of these, and I want one of those, and probably like occasionally getting bitten by fish and then getting mad and shaking them off into the bag.
Yeah, there's like crustaceans and things that didn't get pushed by the barrier, and that were like
Please.
pushed into the ground, and then only for the barrier to pass over them, and then they're kind of there now. But
Want to put a lobster in the bag?
I'm gonna grab one of the onions. And Gorfak is really curious right now because she knows that somewhere in her lineage she came from this plane, and so she like wants to learn more. I hand Fern the onion and I'm like, you should try it. Eat this.
100% biting into this aquatic onion.
okay, roll Constitution
I'm
saving throw.
gonna do that even if somebody didn't encourage me. Like, oh yeah.
He said roll Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
That's
no.
concerning.
Great. I'm on it. I'm on
already
it.
have
Me and
life
my
without me.
oh, I have good con.
Oh no.
That's a 10.
I feel really bad for you here. So you are considered paralyzed for the next hour.
Oh no.
As your body kind of freezes to a point of extreme cold and puts you in a state of paralysis. Yes?
Can I put her in the bag of holding and carry her?
No.
Please
Well,
no.
you could. She'll suffocate and die. Very quickly.
There's only 10 minutes of
I
air in the
can't-
bag.
I can't put air in the bag of holding. It can hold everything but bodies and air.
Sure, you can fill it with air, and then there's no other space for anything else.
It's okay, Lat. I'm sure
Physics
that
of
you-
the bag of holding are weird.
Lat, I think you can carry Fern just fine, and I'll help.
Just
I think
fireman
we-
carry.
I think at this point Gorfak's like, shouldn't have done that. So I think we just collect what we need and we
This is your
back
fault.
to the tower.
Just as a point for Fern here, again, it's very watery and like a very like juicy kind of like fruit almost, but it's very watermelon like in terms of like maybe not the taste of it per se, but it is
Does it
very
taste good? Like, was it
not
worth it?
really. It's kind of like meh.
Fuck.
It's not
I'm having,
gross,
like-
but it's
A visceral response to the idea of onion flavor with watermelon texture. That might be the most upsetting thing I've ever imagined.
it's not good.
Yeah, I noticed that expression.
But it's also not like gross either. It's probably isn't there for its taste. Maybe for its paralyzing effects. Who knows?
Also,
To be
you
fair,
should
I
all know.
honestly would have also tried that, even if I'd known I could get paralyzed. So this is fine.
You should all
Alright.
know that when I reacted to the fact that you got paralyzed, my mom went, "What happened?" And I told her, and in the most deadpan way, she went, "Sorry." So if you ever
I
wonder
love
where I
your
get it from, you just found out.
I absolutely love your mom.
Yeah. So for the sake
So I'm
of
gonna start
collections here, add to, let's say, your specific inventory a collection of sea-based materials. Because you got
Okay.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, because I picked up that
Yeah.
stuff.
you can do the same thing, Fern. Probably more like ingredients instead of materials. Yes.
It's already on the list.
Can I see any of? Never mind. The stuff on my list is not underwater items.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Anyway, and tell me how many onions you take.
Let's do 2 in addition to the one that was bitten.
So like 2.5?
2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
Okay, cool.
Imagine
Right,
preparing a dish with those onions to serve to your enemies to paralyze them.
Is Fern paralyzed in the sense that she collapsed, or paralyzed in the sense that I can like tip her body over and like drag her back through the portal, like
Yeah, you have to tip her over. She's not like unconscious where she's now like lifeless. She is like
Like a
not
statue.
moving.
Cartoon
Yeah.
frozen statue.
Love that. So Gorfrak just like grabs her arm and starts dragging her.
And Piper, I am totally on board with using this dish to poison your enemies. I think that would be perfect.
I love Dean. So comedic.
Sylvia is turning into Nox every day.
One thing I didn't answer earlier was your arcane 21. Yeah, if the barrier takes enough damage, he won't be able to keep it held, and it will collapse.
So we should leave, Let. We should go. This barrier might collapse if a large fishy comes by.
Yeah. If you've got Fern, I've got the backpack. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right, you guys return back.
You better tell Sylvia the whole goddamn story.
Yeah, we're gonna tell her you were stupid and bit into something you didn't know about, and we had to carry you back.
Encouragement. I was encouraged.
Yeah, that story. That's the full story. No,
Listen,
no details.
I had nothing to do with it. That's all I'm telling her.
Yeah, you return back. No other issues.
Except for we have a statue friend now, but we'll just
For an hour.
We'll put like Leaner up against the wall for now.
What stupid shit did Fern do this time?
I don't
Gorfrak
know.
made her bite an onion. Gorfrak made her bite an onion. Gorfrak made her bite an onion.
No. I was looking for the onion, and Let and I were turned around looking through a coral bed, and we just turned back around, and she was frozen.
Because I'm kind of a
What
dick,
is
I'm
it
going up
one-
and like poking Fern just to see if she reacts.
What is it
So-
want to lie? And Gorfrak, you have a bit of a conniving bone. So
She's still
I think
breathing.
you
Her
have-
heart's still beating. She's just petrified.
whatever.
Honestly, considering her track record with getting herself into trouble, this may be an improvement.
But let's not encourage her.
I
And
didn't.
for Kai here, when you poke her, it's not like you're touching, like you're like poking somebody's flesh and it like moves. It doesn't move. It's like solid, like a rock.
You know what? I'm all done with Nathaniel describing textures today. I'm all done.
She's frozen.
I am super fucking sorry. We made it past 5 minutes though.
We're past 5 minutes.
We made it 20 minutes in before somebody finally did it.
It's
I
okay.
am proud to be the one that has
gathered
broken
at
that
this
streak.
point.
Firstly.
Okay.
Secondly,
Anywhere else you'd like to go?
I find this super fascinating, so I just keep poking her because it's extremely entertaining. In all
he
ways.
has the
I
onion.
hand.
Do a perception
I go
check
ahead
for
and-
me while you're doing that. While everyone else is talking. Oh, I have to do that for you because you don't have access right now.
Gorfrak, do you have the onion?
Technology is stupid and hates me.
10, you don't get any too much outside information about the effect of this onion on her.
Oh, okay. I thought Nathaniel was conniving and jiggery pokering around. I go ahead and I give the onion to to Sylvia's book, and I say, shall we just go ahead and knock out all of the elemental planes back to back?
Well, we already have the element from the void, correct?
Correct.
But
There's
we
a
still
voice
need to
card
get
that
the
you
rest,
should
though.
not touch, he said.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Directing my question to the book now. What do we need from the plane of fire?
Elemental ash.
Mm-hmm. And is that any old thing burned up and ashy, or is that a specific kind of ash?
It comes from the like flame geysers. It's hard to describe. I haven't personally have seen it, but apparently there are these geysers that shoot out ash.
Okay. And on the same question with the void shard, can this kill, maim, petrify? What does that specific ingredient do to the humanoid body?
I think it should be fine. It's mostly just ash. It's just composed of specific materials.
Okay, I have a
Madison
follow-up
frozen?
question as well. Yes.
No.
Oh, just
Okay.
She's method acting.
She just she just went.
You don't think it would be?
Yeah, but that's hard to hold.
Get something to rest your elbow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just being goofus. Keep going.
All right, to the plane of fire to get some of this ash that apparently isn't going to hurt anybody or do anything.
I have a follow-up question on
Don't
how it
petrify
appears.
anybody.
Yeah, go for it.
When you said it was like a geyser, are we talking Old Faithful or like an actual volcanic explosion? Because there is a significant difference.
I like this question.
He looks at you and looks confused when as much as confusion a book can give, but does reply with, well, I believe it's quite small.
Okay.
You believe or you know?
Again, I haven't seen it personally. From what I understand, they are about a quarter in diameter.
Quarter of what?
Quarter. Do I need to explain this to you?
What's a
The
quarter?
arcane mathematical diameter
my
of
God.
quarter.
So the book knows what a quarter is, but not what Old Faithful is.
I look at Sylvia and I'm like, where did you get this book? Where did your father teach it how to make a potion from every plane of existence, but it can't describe simple measurements?
It's a magic book. It only deals with arcana. It doesn't deal with the practical things.
Whoever
It's
wrote it
scientific. It
down
understands
in the
magic,
book,
the properties.
you're right. Whoever wrote it down in the book, maybe if I'm assuming this is how this thing gathers information, they didn't write the units, and so it's just going to
That's
give you
fine.
the
Yeah.
same measurement.
1/4. It's just in the book. Okay.
It's like when kids measure things and they're like, it's 47, and you're like, 47 what? And they're like, 47.
Yeah, a quarter of units. Just
Mm-hmm.
All right.
arcane units.
A quarter of units. Don't. I'm a scientist. You can't do this, Nathaniel.
It's magic. It's not science.
Gorfrak's gonna grab a little tincture off the empty tincture off the alchemy booth, whatever it's called, and look
Yeah.
at Sir Thomas and say, "All right, let's go to the plane of fire. Finish our
Right.
fetch quest for Sears Deacon, who trusts his friends so much."
All right.
Right.
You open it up. A blast of hot air and smoke kind of hits you. And just as before, he projects a barrier out, and you're able to enter in. And this isn't too far. You can immediately see these little geysers that like shoot up just puffs of soot and things. And
I get close to one of the geysers, but I don't like rush right in. I want to make sure I'm not going to get close enough to like burn the crap out of myself.
That's fair.
Approach with caution.
Yeah.
Our healer's petrified, so
I don't want to get petrified. So.
one thing that you can tell, even with the wall of force, is that it does. This place is extremely hot, and the things that are going around with it are of significant heat. You would have to do a. We want to call a. I think probably be like a sleight of hand. Or a nature check. I would give you one of those two to collect this soot as it is shot out without hurting yourself.
Can I potentially use shape water to hold the vial to collect it without having to make a roll?
I would say no in this case.
Too bad you don't have somebody with mage hand.
Do you have mage hand?
I
I actually don't
mage
think so.
hand.
I just wanted to give you shit.
No, Sylvia has mage hand.
I call back through the portal. Sylvia, can you help with this? I'd rather not get toasted this morning or the afternoon, whatever time it is.
Luckily,
Can I?
you're basically right in the doorway, so you can actually just go right to the bubble and have no issues. If this was the water plane, you would not actually be able to communicate with one another.
Okay. Okay, then I'll go over and use mage hand.
That had like texting somebody across the couch energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite thing to do.
Once again, sleight of hand. Actually, you can use your spell casting.
I'm just pleasantly
modifier.
surprised no one got caught up on him saying that he didn't want to get toasted.
What do I roll, Nathaniel?
So, roll as if you're doing like firebolt or something.
Oh yeah.
Like you're just doing basically an attack roll, but with your spells, representing how effective you are with using your mage hand. Because you only have one hand to do this, so.
Nice.
Did it pop through on? Yes, it did.
It didn't pop through on.
Boundary. It was a 28.
It was late.
It was a 28, which is. Yeah, you can't. You can't fail that in that case. That's way too good.
You can say ridiculous.
Small village.
Yeah, you collect more than enough. For what you need, I would say 15 units. So
Okay.
Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag.
Yeah, so you add the 15 units of elemental ash.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Gorfrak is gonna go. Where is Sir Thomas in this moment?
He is. Anytime he projects the barrier out, he is in the center of it.
Okay. I'll wait till we're all back in the potion room before I ask him my question.
Okay, go for it. I would say you guys get your ash, you get back, there's no issues.
I'm gonna go over to Fern and like pretend to be like I wasn't the reason that she got petrified. Like I'm pretending. And I beckon Sir Thomas over and I whisper to him, does Cirrus Deacon have any like medical potions or cure-alls or anything like that you could like go get for me really fast?
Well, I do believe up in his lab he'll likely have some various potions and ingredients up there.
But I mean, like, you're kind of the man of the house because you take care of everything while Cirrus Deacon does his stuff.
Correct.
You don't have like a medical pantry or a pharmacy cabinet or something like that with a little like cure wounds potion or something like that.
Well, yes, it's upstairs, but we have to complete our objective here, and then we can go up. I mean, I could, but I can't leave you here.
Okay.
Because you likely would not be able to complete any of the tasks while I was gone.
No, I get that, but I'm looking at you. I'm seeing the force field that you're putting out, which tells me that you are at least like well designed enough. Do you have anything that you could do for her?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I had assumed that you wouldn't ingest any of these ingredients.
What a reasonable idea.
Pipe down, you're not in this conversation. I mean, that's a fair assessment. I can't say he's wrong. I rejoin the group very much like visibly anxious. Wow, what's the next ingredient? Let's go.
All right, where to next?
Is this Avatar rules for elemental planes?
Yes, fire, earth, water, air. But air's a little like different. That adds like lightning things to it.
Okay. Oh yeah, because our ingredient for that is lightning in a bottle, right?
No, that's thunderous apples.
Oh. There's the apples.
That's where the apple was.
Aquatic onions, thunder apples.
Iron shavings, elemental ash.
Iron
Those are the ones
shavings?
for the elemental planes.
Iron shavings, you said?
For
Is
the
that from
earth.
Earth? Asking the book now. Okay, where do I get the iron shavings from when we go to the earth plane here in just a little bit?
Well, any iron would work. It's not actually anything too unusual. But
Oh, so I just pulled the dagger out of my back pocket and I have 2 of them, so I scraped some of the iron off the blade into the little tincture.
yeah, so I would say one of the daggers is not usable now.
That's fine.
Okay. So just mark it off your character sheet, representing that you've... Okay.
I have enough. I have enough daggers for both of us. It's fine.
Well, and I look at Kai and I said, I've never used these before. I fight with staffs and magic. I don't know why.
I don't know why I have
why-
these. What daggers are these? These aren't mine.
I've had them since before I lived with the elves in the forest. I don't know why. Brizo said always be prepared, and now I'm prepared, I guess. But, I had them right now, so anyway.
Do you know how to use them? Because if you don't know how to use them, I think I'd be very concerned about someone just swanning around with a pair of knives just for the hell of it.
It's a dagger. How do you not know how to use it? Stab, stab.
We
throw,
don't have
throw.
time for a lecture right now.
There's always time for lectures on weapon safety because I personally would like to make it out of this with all my limbs attached. I don't know about you guys, but
I mean, Fern's got a spell that can regrow limbs, so I think that's a moot point.
I would be more concerned about Fern more than anyone. Gorfrak, I trust, has been on this earth long enough to be able to use a dagger.
Don't
Touche.
I have a sword? Why can't I have a dagger too? Don't I have a dagger?
No.
I'm checking.
I don't know. Look at your inventory.
I'm checking.
I'm
I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely spaced out for a minute and forgot what was going on. And I literally have a dagger. Just give me another one.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. Thank you. I'll take it. Give it to me.
We don't need a dagger. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I look at Sir Thomas.
Sorry,
This feels like disenfranchisement. I'm being marginalized. This is racially motivated, I'm convinced.
I will
Let's
buy
just
you.
get the
I will buy
ingredients.
you as many daggers as you want when we get to the next generally better than good store. Right now, I want to take care of Theris. I want to get his aspect. I want to get the other aspects, and I want to probably correct the balance of whatever's going on right now because we don't want Valdara moving around. This is a very small checkbox, and frankly, an annoying checkbox, and a long to-do list of things we are doing currently.
Somebody
All
just
I
go
heard-
get the shard.
I spaced out after 2 minutes, and all I heard was that you made Fern a statue, and you won't give me sharp, pointy toys. So that's 2 points against
At this
Gorfrak.
point, Sylvia is just going with Sir Thomas to go get the fucking shard herself. She is sick of it. She has daggers.
Okay. Which plane are you going to?
Isn't it the Earth plane?
I've already gotten the iron shaving.
Yeah, he used an iron dagger for the shaving.
Oh,
He
you
didn't-
already
was
got
nothing
it.
specific.
Okay, I thought we were still waiting on that.
No,
Okay,
that was the whole
never
point.
mind.
All right,
We're
Go
taking
get
that.
the next
airplane. Airplane.
What's next?
Airplane.
plane of air.
Okay, it opens up and you just see sky.
You didn't ask
Sylvia,
how to retrieve
I mean-
whatever.
Go somewhere from a perception.
Me! I haven't done anything in minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, so when you look out, you don't see anything, but if you look down, there is a significant drop about 40 feet. And where there is a platform of floating rock. On there is a single tree with these purplish looking apples.
Purple apples.
I look at Sylvia and I say, do you want to use fly to get down there, or do you want me to use Misty Step to get down there?
I do not have fly. So.
Cool, then Misty Step it is.
Yep.
I have walk with feet.
Wait, do you have Featherfall though?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't have Featherfall.
He wasn't talking to you. No.
Lyrith points out that it's a long way down.
Yeah. And I don't have Featherfall. I have Slow Fall. You can use your reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage you take by 35.
Yeah,
But I'm kind of convinced. Well, not only can you not get me back up, but I'm also convinced that just because it's going to reduce the damage doesn't mean that damage isn't going to be like 400 with Lionrith pointing out long distances.
Rules as written is 1d6 per 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So it would only be 40.
There's no way you would take damage from that fall.
Fair enough, but how would I get up?
Okay.
I have rope. Wait, but I have rope.
Is it directly below the portal?
I have
enough people. You probably could hold on to the rope.
I have 50 feet of rope.
Does Lionrith have wings? Can he fly down there? Okay, can we ask him
if you wanted to? Okay, you trust him to do it?
Okay, I'm gonna give Lionrith a Fern style pep talk. I grab his adorable little ears. I say, Lionrith, I'm gonna put this little jar in your mouth. And you're gonna fly down to the tree. And you're gonna bump the tree with your tail until one of those apples falls into the jar. Don't eat the apple. Don't sniff the apple. Don't lick the apple. Don't pretend the apple's not even there once it's in the jar. Okay? Then once you've got the apple, you're gonna fly back up here, and then we're gonna use it. What are your questions?
Do you want one apple? Because I can get more.
Sure. Let's do 2 or 3 apples, just to make sure we have enough.
Okay, I think I can do it.
Okay.
Then he takes the jar and flies off. He's gone.
Maybe.
So, based on your instructions,
I'm scared.
We're gonna we'll have him roll here. Just an intelligence check. We'll give him advantage here. That was some pretty good instructions.
Oh no.
Okay, we're doing great. Yeah, so he goes down there. Honestly, mostly without fault until he starts having to knock him down off the tree. Which he does, but as instructed, you said that they need to fall into the jar.
Oh no!
None of them do. So when they do fall onto the ground, he steps around it, and then figures, okay, those don't work anymore, and then does this for some time, and we'll continue to until at least 2 get it in the jar, which is not likely at the moment.
Can he hear if we yell to him?
It's 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay, I know we bought him that longsword a long time ago. Can he hold it and use it?
It was literally a wood toy sword.
But still, that would work in this context.
He was not trained in how to use it, but I think he does have it.
Can he?
He has a bag too.
Does he have the dexterity to hold the sword and articulate with it? Because he's a 4-legged creature.
I don't see why not.
Why can't he just pick
I
up
don't
an
want him to
apple?
touch it. I don't want him to touch it and some shit to happen. Because it would be really.
So you let Fern eat a whole aquatic onion, but Lionrith, God forbid he touch it.
I know that they're all dangerous. I'm being a little bit more cautious.
Okay.
I didn't think every single one of them would be deadly.
I'm suspicious of implicit bias.
So Lionrith was 6 on sleight of hand. He fumbles with it and the sword, and he tries poking them. At one point, one of them explodes, and he's like,
"Oh no!"
I think you put him in more danger.
And he's like, "Oh,
I tell him
that didn't work."
Is he big enough to still fly with somebody on his back?
No.
No.
He's a baby.
Wait, how tall is the tree?
It's a large tree.
Okay.
Like at least 10 units.
Would I be able to get within 30 feet of the portal by climbing the tree? Because my concern is not getting down, it's getting back up.
I would say it's about. So it's not directly under the tree itself's not directly under it. It's like that's the platform, and then a little bit of ways out is the tree. It's about, I would say, like actually like 10 feet up, not 10, 15 feet up.
So the portal's only 10 to 15 feet up off of the platform?
It's 30 to the ground, but then the tree itself is farther away from it. So you're going to have to do some like mathematics here to, you want to know the actual distance here?
Okay. No, I'm just making sure that if I get down, like if I Misty Step down, I'm able to Misty Step back up.
If someone wants to run the calculations here, is it 30 feet down? Also, for the sake of it, I'll say it is 40 feet away. The tree.
Okay.
30
on
feet
the
down
ground.
and how many across?
40.
Okay.
40 feet down. So what if Colette dropped some rope through the portal and I could Misty Step back up onto the rope?
You could. As long as you see the rope, you could.
Ooh, I don't like that statement.
You know that makes it 50 feet away by the hypotenuse, right?
I'm not looking to like draw a straight
50 feet.
line from portal to tree. I'm just trying to make sure I'm able to like, I'll take the D6 dropping down after I Misty Step, but if I can't, Misty Step is 30 feet, and I Misty Step straight up, and there's nothing to grab. I just fall back down, and I'm stuck. Could Sir Thomas go in there and pick the fruit for us?
Could
He
we
looks
just-
over at you and he says, "Well, I don't have mechanical implements that allow me to move things."
She's not
Wait, isn't this thing a book?
No, I'm
that's
floating
what's
old.
up with Sylvia.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, that fucking thing.
Clockwork construct.
Yeah, didn't Gorfrak like throw something at its butt or something?
He did, rocks. Couple of them.
Gorfrak is both a MILF and a 12-year-old boy.
When I conjure animals, do I have implicit control over them or just general control over them?
It's more like general. Like you tell them a
It's
task
like-
and then they will attempt to complete it. Like you basically give them an action, they'll try to attempt to do the action.
Okay.
So like
For the
5-year-olds.
sake of assisting you guys here, anyone who is proficient with Arcana or Nature, you can roll here, and maybe we can figure out what the Thunderous Apple's danger is.
Or you can just let Lionrith pick some up and carry them back. But I
Sylvia,
can't
if you want to
because
roll
I'm
as well, I don't know if your thing's working or not.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Well, one of them exploded, so obviously there's that at play.
I'm still gonna try and eat it later.
Yeah, I would say with the 16 Arcana, you can identify that they're not volatile when they fell to the ground. Otherwise, they probably would have been exploding. So you get the idea that if they're pierced, then that activates whatever thing. And you get the feeling
Great.
that if you stabbed it with a sword, that was causing them to explode.
Is again,
So if you try to eat it, it
Suggesting
explodes.
correct.
is the explosion
Maybe.
harmful, or is it just like is the
You don't
explosion
know.
harmful?
There is a mark on the ground from it. You get the impression that they're like bombs, maybe? Who knows?
Okay.
This is really
Alright.
starting to give like Breath of the Wild task vibes.
Making it really harder than it should be.
That's D&D, man. Everything's harder than it should be.
Weinrid, just pick up the apples and put them in the.
In the jar. Be careful. don't flip them.
He is
Don't
smart
drop
enough for this, so
them.
he won't bite them. Pick them up. He will pick them up with his nice little dragon
Claws.
claws thing.
Burn on Fern. Lionrith is smarter than Fern now.
What?
I mean, they're
Why?
explosive. The onions, we didn't know if they were explosive or not.
Well,
This is a different scenario. He understands that. Well, keep things at a
No.
distance and pick them up. Like, put them in a jar. Like, That's easy. Yeah, he does that and he flies back up, and then you have two thunderous apples.
Thank God.
Is it bad that I still really want to eat one?
A little bit.
Fern's gonna like slap the back of Fern. I'm gonna like slap the back of Fern's head and just go, something's wrong with you.
She's
Why
still
would you
paralyzed,
eat
man.
a
I'm
little
speaking
bit?
out of character.
She is. My God. Literally thought she was unfrozen by now.
No, yeah, she's like, I'm gonna be honest here. She's probably gonna be frozen for these interactions, unless
my
someone has a
God.
way to cure paralysis.
She does.
Then let's probably actually like
I do.
drawing on the back of her head with like whatever they can find on the ground that like would make mark.
Do I have any?
I kind of feel like this is a tough love situation. That no,
This
no,
is like-
not tough love. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So from what it looks like, Fern normally does, but doesn't have it prepared today. So even if she did dodge that bullet, no, you don't have the cure anyway.
anyways, does Linrith have the apples yet?
Yeah, he came back up. Yep, you got the apples.
Okay.
Where to next?
I'm gonna turn to the book. What all do we have, and what all do we still need?
You have all of the elemental planes, and you have the void. And
So now
it
we
looks like
just-
that portal's broken, so you can't actually use that one.
Wait, what do we need from the material plane?
A flower. Just any flower.
Oh, I thought you said a red rose originally. Not for a different plane.
I probably did say red rose. I think that was outside. But any flower will work. That's what I have in my notes.
I still have those flower seeds from the Generally Better Than Good store, so I just pull one out and I use Druidcraft to grow it. I just lay it on the alchemy
Okay,
table.
got that?
I don't know if
You're
anybody
down
just
to-
caught that. I definitely just hit myself in the face with a cat toy.
You have 5 left.
5 items?
Yeah, you have to go to the celestial bureaucracy, the abyssal autocracy, the ethereal plane, the spirit realm, and the edge of reality.
Okay, so where's the purple rose of Bethany from?
Elysium.
The celestial bureaucracy in Elysium.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Would love to go to some of these places, Gorfrak.
You chose to eat it.
Can I pick up Fern?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
That would be the stupidest choice. What if I drop her?
Oh no, you might break something. Who knows?
Good God.
Stuck in the plane, stuck in the celestial bureaucracy. And take her to meet Azaman. Oh, we could do that. We could take her to the celestial bureaucracy and see if Azaman could unfreeze her.
You
If
can't
he
go that
didn't-
far in.
Yeah. There's no way.
Not only that, but if he didn't, and we just took her to like her literal deity, and she was just frozen, and we just dragged her off after that, I think that might be like the ultimate L.
F's in the chat
wanna
for
go
Fern
next.
State. You said celestial bureaucracy first, so that's what's sticking out in my head.
I have no
So
dog
you
in
guys
this
wanna
race. I don't care where we go. Yeah, that sounds good.
I look at Kai and I said, "Do you wanna go? You've just kind of been hanging out. You're muted, dear."
You're muted.
I'm just watching all of this go down and desperately hoping that I don't have to fight right now.
That
because
reminds me.
It's far too entertaining to fight right now.
Is Elabella with us?
I was literally about to ask
She's just watching, chilling.
Oh shit!
She's just by the door.
I hate
She's
this.
watching
Make
and
Elabella go
chilling,
somewhere.
but every few minutes, Let's turning around and going, "Don't get comfortable."
In that exact tone, right? Very good.
Exactly that.
I'm gonna
This-
turn to her and
this-
say, "Glad you're being so helpful."
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. I
Never
didn't
asked
know.
for any help. If anything, you didn't want me here.
Well,
Correct.
she's right about something for once. We did not want you here, especially me.
am I compelled to be nice to her now, or am I back to being however I feel?
Oh yeah,
about her?
you're fully same thing. It's just, the only thing is you just don't remember anything that happened.
Okay.
Wait, you were compelled to be nice to her?
No, I didn't know if maybe I don't know. Nathaniel didn't let me have a scene with her, so I have no
True.
ability to be nice to her.
That's like being nice to the girl that pushes kindergartners.
I don't know. I've met some kindergartners that are massive assholes. So
Fair, but it's unfair to push them when you're twice their heft.
Downtime Encounters does not endorse violence towards children.
No, we do not.
I hope
We
so.
hardly endorse
Anyway,
children.
we're gonna move off from that conversation. And we're gonna go to the celestial bureaucracy, or the celestial plane, depending on how you want to describe it. It when you know that, as the Sir Thomas said, or at least he should have said, is that this connects to specifically the Gardens of Elysium, where you need your specific flower. When the portal opens, you have this blast of like flowery smells, like kind of like a like heartwarming, and like gives you like the nice fuzzy feeling inside. When you do, it is maybe not as you would initially expect. It is in a monochromed color scheme. So it's kind of like these blacks, whites, and grays. There is like chasm per se is probably the best word to describe it in the distance. Significantly large, like on a massive scale. Things are kind of distorted and whatnot. It doesn't look proper. And nothing is moving or like doing anything. Like normally you can like see like things moving slightly, like the wind blowing. You don't really see any of that.
I very much do not like this, and I'm not like going to go off and fight anything that I can't see or find something to fight, but I'm going to pull a sword out just to be on the safe side, because this is creepy as all fuck.
This is the plane of the gods, right? This is where all the gods are supposed to live.
Correct.
No one said gods were nice.
I know. I wanted to confirm.
Also, how fantastic would it be if I got the chance to stab a god? I don't care if I die. That's a great way to go out.
When did Kaya
I love that mentality.
This is
glory?
This is starting to feel like bad territory conversationally, and I think we should move along.
Can Gorfrak try to like, I don't know how hippy dippy this sounds, but like now that I'm on the same plane as my god, can I like try to connect with them?
Why don't you roll a religion check?
Because I don't want to.
And while it's
Since
not,
how
okay.
are you good
So
at
you know
religion?
that Gaia's presence isn't on the celestial plane. So she is actually more connected to the material plane.
Okay.
Yes.
So honestly, you feel more connection where you're currently at than anything on the other side of that portal, or anywhere you've gone so far, the other areas. Sir Thomas will make the comment and say that, "Oh dear, that's odd. I don't recommend anyone actually physically walk in there. Do we have any applications where we can do distance collection?"
We could just push Fernan. She doesn't have a say right now.
Sylvia, mage hand.
That would be fair. She
Maybe
isn't
we
moving.
shouldn't do that.
Yep, let's go with Mage Hand again.
I will say though, while Sylvia's doing her thing, I look up at Sir Thomas and I'm like, I need every ounce of information about what it's supposed to look like and how that's different than it looks like now.
I'm going to lean over to Gorfrak and go, he doesn't understand units of measurement. Just tell him 10.
I'm not asking him for units of measurement. I'm asking.
You
for
said every ounce. He doesn't understand units.
No, you gotta rephrase that. He understands units.
He just doesn't use them.
No, he
Because
understands
using-
it's so many
No.
units, but doesn't understand the concept of units, but understands what units are.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Also, Avery, you're forgetting the book is the one that doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Sir
But
Thomas is the
Sir
one.
Thomas understands ounces.
Oh my God, I hate both of these guys. I'm never gonna get their names right. I'm never gonna know who.
You're forgetting the drawing our art team put together of the book and Sir Thomas.
I'm crying that you kept that. The fact that that's just been up this whole time is too much for me.
So let's dig into some stuff here. So yeah, your mage hand has trouble. I mean, you're able to pluck any flower that you wish. As there are several different kinds. But it does not matter which one. Then there is, but it like kind of flickers out a bit, and then you're able to grab a flower and you're good to go, or a bunch.
Strange.
So
I'll grab
for
4,
Warfrat,
I guess.
Sir Thomas answers to you, and he's like, "Well, it's quite simple. It's more colorful, and specifically within the plains of Elysium, they are mostly just flower fields, grasslands. It's quite a lovely place."
And so this giant chasm in the distance is strange, mostly.
I do believe it's new. It was not here last time I was here. That was
When were you
When was the last
here?
time you were
about
here?
maybe like a month or two ago.
Are you?
This
I
doesn't
don't
look
know.
like something that could have formed in
Maybe
a month.
3, maybe it's
does
actually
it?
2 to 3, I think.
So was
It's-
could this have been when? I'm gonna tell him. So when we were in Lux and Valdara was released, I don't know if Sierra's told you. You probably don't get out much.
I don't get out much. I'm stuck in the tower.
Yeah. Yeah, Valdara, the goddess of death and destruction, was released, and
That sounds good.
And Ethios, the god of creation, literally reached his hand from the heavens and shot magical energy at her. And so they quarreled for a bit. Could something of this gravitas have this kind of effect on this plane?
I'm not sure. That is certainly possible, at least at the scale. Mr. Deacon would. No, you should probably ask him
Okay.
once we finish his.
We're
task.
trying to. You are standing in our way. Said with love.
Kaya's just done. She's like, we're done here. All
So
right.
I think there's 2 people here that are relatively watching a situation, not really interacting with it. So for both of them, I want you to roll perception, which is Kai and Fern. Kai, I'll be rolling for you here, but Fern, you roll perception because
Thank you.
I mean, you are frozen, but you can still, you're conscious.
Can Fern hear us?
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'm gonna get so
Then
much shit.
With this knowledge, every few minutes, let's just gonna assume that she's been able to hear them, and every few minutes, let's just gonna go, "You're stuck, frozen, and you can't make stupid jokes right now. How does that feel?"
You guys are gonna get an ass whooping when she's
So
free.
Kai, you got an 11.
Whatever.
Fern got a 10. I got to check something here. Okay.
Blaming all my bad rolls on you. You should know that.
Okay, we got a 7 in contestant of that. So
contested.
Alabella's trying to
Kai
do
and
something.
Fern, you both notice this, but Leinrith is kind of like hiding from the situation currently.
Maybe no.
That's it.
Because I am not super comfortable with any of you, but especially Lionrith, I kind of cautiously go over and like pat him on the head and I'm like, there. Is something wrong? Because I'm trying to be helpful, but I don't.
Do you all
You
of
roll
us?
persuasion here, just for the sake of it. See kind of how you. You got 5, which I think resembles exactly how you portrayed it. So,
It's sincere, but I don't know what I'm doing.
And yeah, he looks to you and says, can we close that place, please?
Aw.
I mean, we have what we need, don't we? I don't see why not.
Okay, he nods.
And can you tell me why it's freaking you out?
He sits and thinks for a second. He says, I can't really remember, but
Beg pardon?
Somebody insight check him, because never mind.
I forgot he has grapefruit brain.
sadly, Brack, you're not here for this. This is only between Kai and him.
I know. I just
I can bring you guys
roll an
into this. I
insight?
mean, this isn't like
I didn't even think that his mother coming back might have like fixed his memory issues. He's now fibbing about it because we haven't asked him about it recently.
anything else you want to say,
Can I roll an insight?
Kai? You want to roll insight?
Why not?
Well, no,
I'm
'cause I
trying
don't
to be
I don't want
helpful.
a metagame. I don't want a metagame.
That means nothing to me.
Kai, you got a 23. So for insight,
I think if the
I'm
DM
no longer
allows
blaming
it,
you for my rolls.
if the DM allows it, I wouldn't necessarily consider it metagaming because she maybe as a player wouldn't have thought to roll that, but as a character, I think she might have thought to like investigate further.
Okay.
honestly, like it's again, you watch people from a distance, you gather your information, you're not really trusting ever anyone. Like, I don't see why not.
And there's basically a puppy in front of you.
Yeah.
With
And
scale.
any character of mine will always have a weakness for puppies. Any character. Just
Yeah.
Anyway, with the
figured as
23, you can tell that he's completely truthful. He is completely unaware of the situation, and that's possibly what's leading to him being bothered by this so much.
Okay.
My son!
Can I turn back to the rest of the
Fern,
group
you're aware
and
of
be
all
like,
of this.
Oh, am I
Your
close enough
little
to hear this
small-
conversation?
No, you have enough perception to you see Lionrith, you see all this while they're interacting because you can't do anything, but you're visually aware of this, and you can hear it, of course.
I turn around back to the rest of the group and I'm like, this small creature is kind of freaked out. Maybe we should close the portal because I don't want to deal with anyone being more freaked out than necessary. This is already a not optimal situation, and people freaking out is just going to make it worse.
Okay.
Oh,
You
we
guys
can
wanna go to the next
return.
place?
Yeah. I'm getting tired of drawing on Fern.
All right. I think at this point we'll take a break, and
Okay.
we'll be back here in 5-10 minutes ish.
1.
Back, everyone. I think at this point we choosing which plane we want to go to next. Any places you want to go?
What 3 are left over? I'm sorry, I forgot.
The abyssal plane, the ethereal plane, the spirit realm, and the edge of reality.
Let's go to the abyssal plane.
Yeah,
What do we need from there?
I would like to stay back and watch Lionrith and Elabella during this scene.
Good plan.
Okay. Demonic blood fruit is what you're looking for. You open it up.
I hate this episode. These names are freaking me out.
If
We
they're
need to be
gross.
concerned
if they're no,
about anything with the.
what skill do I need to roll to get the full profile of texture of demonic blood fruit for Rose's benefit?
That would be perception.
Okay.
Is Fern unfrozen yet?
She will be here soon. Because it's
Darn.
in
can I
and
get
out
some
of game, it's
color?
probably been an hour. You have no idea what these things are like.
Haha.
Anybody like to help?
So,
McKinley!
Wow, no one wants to help.
I'll just.
I'll help.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Okay,
I got
well,
distracted
again.
by a dog.
What'd you roll?
So,
I hate it here.
you rolled a critical fail the first time, and then with Kai's assistance, got a natural 20. So, a critical success. So, you have a 26 in total with that. So, at first, you're kind of thinking similar to like the aquatic onion, and that's kind of the profile you're getting. And then as you're discussing it with Kai, Kai changes your thought process as they are actually kind of like berries. And with it is probably very. The color would suggest blood-like, and it's probably very irony in taste. Probably almost as described. Maybe a little bit like hot as well. Maybe
I think
spicy.
we need to put a trigger warning
Stop.
on this episode.
No!
This is disgusting.
You asked for a description.
They asked.
I got the good roll.
I didn't ask to be made to induce, like, I don't want to vomit. It's not what I asked for.
This is the last weird fruit. There's only one other fruit, and that one's a fun one.
Oh, cool.
I don't trust
wanna
your
eat them all.
definition.
Yeah,
Very
not
true.
only
I
do
don't
I
know
not
what
believe
you're
you,
worried
I
about.
don't trust you right now either.
Anyways, moving on. Can we just go and get? Do we need to be concerned about anything with this fruit?
Doesn't look like it. There's like honestly, there's just like a berry bush there, a singular berry bush.
Okay.
How many berries are on it?
About 50 units worth.
I was gonna say a unit.
Not 50 units worth of berries.
There's quite a bit. You honestly, you just need a little bit amount.
Okay.
Specifically, a singular one. So if you just want to get
Is
a
it
little bit more, you can.
within the force orb thing?
He can again. It surrounds Sir Thomas. He can just move you to wherever you want to go.
Okay, let's walk over there and get this fruit and get out of here.
You should
Yeah,
all know
I mean,
that we
in all
said
honesty, that was it. Like you go in, you grabbed a few. It was kind of like a little prickly, but that was kind of it.
we've said berries so many times. All I can think is that stupid frickin' berries and cream TikTok thing.
Exactly where my brain is right now.
Okay, now.
Thank you for not making
okay.
me the only one.
With that, you have those. And I think at this point, Fern, you can quote unquote de-thaw because in and out of game, it's been about an hour. So welcome back.
You said something. The bush.
Huh?
The bushes were a little prickly.
Like a thorn bush, like a rose bush is actually very good in similarity.
Are any of us bleeding from picking this?
No. It's like, again, you only need like one single one. And so getting that, it's not too bad. And it's like, again, like they're not really sharp. It's like, you gotta be careful a bit. I'm assuming somebody wearing gloves or use a mage hand of some sort. You guys have some sort of situation. As long as you're not randomly eating things, you're going to be fine.
Fern.
We would
It's-
never randomly eat things.
I can speak now. We're gonna have words, Gorfrak.
What do you mean?
Anyway, who wants to go to the Feywild? and not
Fern,
whatever it is we have to
Fern,
read?
I'm so glad you're okay. Why did you choose to eat that fruit?
You said I should try it.
No, what do you mean?
Don't lie.
Wow.
I don't
Gorfrak
know
is
what you're
literally
talking about.
gaslighting her.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl
Gaslighting.
boss.
That doesn't exist in this world. This is just pure
Oh
manipulation.
man. You're lucky I'm a
Oh.
peace cleric, or else I'd smack you.
We need
sorry,
to redo
Fern.
Gorfrak's art, and we need to write gatekeep girl boss gaslight.
Oh, gaslight.
And then like on her forehead, we need to write big MILF.
Fern, I'm really sorry. I didn't think something called an onion would petrify you. I apologize.
That was
You just
really
thought it would be
uncomfy.
funny.
And
Come
oh, you guys let drill all over me.
So as she says that, I use shape water to like clean her off really, really thoroughly. But
I do have to say, does anyone let do anything, or does she kind of just do it?
I just kind of do what I want, and also I'm really upset that you just destroyed my artwork. That took hours.
But the canvas
It took
was not
an hour.
on hour, 1 unit of hour.
Again, who wants to go
One
to the
unit of hour.
Feywild?
I am not a canvas, and I want to go to the Feywild.
You can make it.
Sylvia's going to the Feywild. Who wants to go?
I'll go.
I'm on
I do
board.
something.
What do we need?
Fairy fruit.
More fruit?
Don't fucking touch it.
As they go through the
Uh,
portal, I can say, don't answer anybody's questions. They're very crafty in the Feywild.
Yeah. When you open that portal, there is a like a tiny little fairy that's flying around, as well as like the opposite of like a satyr, which is
goat on
a
top,
normal
human
person
on
body portion, but a goat top half, so the opposite.
Does it have a
They
little
look at
goat
you and then
ears?
immediately flee into the underbrush.
I have two follow-up
This
questions.
vast forest, almost like very jungly.
Two follow-up questions. One, you said
Yeah.
a little tiny fairy. Are we talking Tinkerbell or like Fae, an actual Fae where they have really sharp teeth and they just look kind of terrifying?
More Tinkerbell.
Number two, did the creepy goat dude have goat eyes? Because goat eyes are creepy as fuck.
Yes.
Fantastic. Moving on. Go ahead.
Why'd they run away?
I have a question because I got distracted by Piper's cat trying to unplug the internet. So we see a fairy that's Tinkerbell-like, and who else? And where exactly are we?
A
Feywild.
satyr that is the opposite of a satyr. So human legs, goat body, upper
That's-
half.
What did you smoke this week? You're freaking me out.
Well, you're kind of going to
Can I
like
have
alien
some?
planes, like worlds, basically. So I mean, that's kind of these are very foreign.
I'm calling the millennials, and I'm having this plane of existence canceled.
Anyways,
You mean Gen Z?
And they flee
Yeah.
into the underbrush upon seeing you. There is a tree that has peach-like fruit.
Okay.
It's a nice, like soft, like orangish gold kind of color.
Okay.
It sparkles.
I'll get it. I'll go climb the tree.
I'm assuming
Smells like
no,
roses.
don't move. Don't move an inch. I'm assuming that normal Fae rules apply, which means that we should probably ask like generally for permission, not necessarily a person, but like ask the universe as a whole. Can we take a grapefruit, I guess? Number two, we should probably leave an offering. Number three, we should probably be as respectful about getting this as possible.
So I shouldn't try to collect the fairy like I would a bird
and
for
I roll-
money.
can I roll Arcana to see what the rules of this plane are as far as do we need to follow any of this?
Mm-hmm. Roll, and then Gorfrak, what are you looking for? You're muted.
I'm assuming the
I
rules
know
of the
I'm
Fae
not
kind of
here right
follow
now,
ours.
but I want to ask Faith, like, is this your personal knowledge or is this Kai's knowledge?
Yes. I assume that Kai has read about it, and I have
She's
read
well
about
read.
it, so I assume
She's probably as well read as Sylvia. She probably just doesn't
I try.
understand how those specific functions would work, but Sylvia would actually understand how the magic underlying mechanics work. Oh yeah, so it's very similar. Just the spirit realm or the Feywild in this case is very much a place of you have to be very careful about what you say or do. Everything is very literal in terms of there is no figurativeness. But when things are figurative, it's left up to interpretation by the world. So you have to kind of be
I don't like this.
careful. That doesn't mean like it's just a pluck a piece of fruit and just move on. That could be just as simple as that. But at the same time, it depends.
Do we need to
and
leave an offering?
Fern's giving me this like unsure, trying to understand reality face. You doing okay?
Yeah, I just am fighting the impulse to do something stupid.
Okay, cool.
Wait,
Yes,
Said
let
with love, but I will shove another onion down your throat.
I was thinking shoving a dagger down your throat.
Wow. I'm not stupid.
the first
know
I'm
what?
just trying to solve a problem directly.
You know what? Everybody's vibes are stinky today, and I'm unsubscribing to everyone.
the hate train is chugging down the track right now.
Yeah.
love you,
I would like to
Fern.
ask the question that I had my hand raised for before Sylvia decided to be hateful.
Yeah.
Has Kaya been sharing this information about the Fae and all this kind of stuff out loud to the party, or just
Figure
Faith
stuff.
to the players? Okay. Then at this point, Let is ruffling through their bag at an aggressive speed to find all of the best candies they have of each
Okay.
variety that have not been crushed, licked, or half opened, and is counting them and thinking to themselves about what else they may have to offer. Like any kind of pocket lint that anybody else would find valuable, and is going to then gather these items and sit them on the ground in front of the fairy and go, "This is for you."
roll persuasion with advantage.
Oh my god. When do I ever get advantage? I usually get disadvantage.
Well, I would think
It's not
that the
anything
trait,
offensive yet.
the trait doesn't have to be actually anything valuable. It just has to be valuable to you. And I would assume that candy is very
Roll second
valuable
time.
to you.
Wow.
I'm taking this personally.
You should.
Wow.
So
I did send the person with a plus
Like-
1 to do that, though.
Yeah.
okay, the fairy peeks out from like one of the underbrush, and it seems to be very recipient of your offering. But then you said it in a very condescending way, and then it again. Again, you added some figurative to that literalness, and it confused it, flew away, and as such, you don't know what's up with the world now. But it seems like you're staying on edge now.
Gosh dang. This is why I don't help. Let's gonna walk back to the party and go, I don't know. That's all I have short of bird currency. I don't know.
Just say that this is an offering for a trade. We're doing a trade. The candy for the fruit. Sorry that we scared the tiny baby fairy, but
I could give them my prized leprechaun hat.
Oh man.
Pounds of various candies. I have a pound of various candies. What else do I have?
You're going to give them the whole pound. That's a lot.
They can have my toy sword, but I'm scared
add
of
that to
what
the
message
offering?
that might communicate. All right, at this point, I'm going to put down half of my bag of dried banana chips. Mochi, if you bite my foot again. Mochi? Ow. Ow! Sorry, I'm being bitten by a cat. I'm gonna put half my bag of dried banana chips, my toy sword, some of my various pound of candy, and my leprechaun hat, and I'm gonna put everything in the hat. And I'm gonna sit it down, and I'm just gonna look at the fairy and go, "It's a present, but it's also meant to be a trade. Please don't take offense. I'm trying to be a kind noodle."
Okay, roll with persuasion.
You said noodle.
I did say noodle. I'm taking the noodle part off. I said noodle. I'm taking it off. I'm saying kind person.
You have advantage here.
Yeah, well, I'm scared of them.
Also,
like I'm scared
your other
of...
offering is gone when you return to it.
You know what? Fair enough.
19. That's good. All right. Roll again.
Man,
Yep.
I want to sneak
Yeah.
away
So
bad.
a literal leprechaun comes out this time. He's like, "Thanks, my friend," and he takes the hat. And he is like, "So, what you looking for?"
Let's gonna turn around and kind of quietly be like, "Hey, I forgot what we were looking for."
The fruit. We want a grapefruit. At least one, possibly multiple.
A grapefruit?
The giant peachy things on the tree.
Let's just gonna point and go, some of those. Specifically the fruit on the tree that I don't know the name of.
At least two.
At least two, please.
Ready? And he like takes out eats one of the candy, walks over to it, kicks the tree. Two specifically fall. He picks up one with one of his hands, takes a bite out of it, and then goes to the other one, looks it over, and tosses it to you, and he goes, "Yeah, that'll be fine for you."
Please stop. Never mind.
I know the voice is really throwing me off, especially because I offered him a leprechaun hat, so I'm like, this doesn't make sense to my brain. Let's gonna pick up the fruit and go, I guess we're buddies now. Thanks, friend. And walk back to the group with the fruit and go, I'm terrified, and hand off the fruit to whoever.
I want to take it. I want to take it and eat it.
Anybody but Fern. I am not giving it to Fern.
I'm sorry.
I will say when the portal does finally close, the leprechaun stands there watching and then turns around and goes, "So you think?"
I absolutely hated that.
Can I please eat it? I want to know what it tastes like so bad.
No.
You can have
It
another
can
bite
be
of onion
worse
if you'd
than
like.
the onion, so no.
It can't be worse than the apples that I heard exploding.
It can be, though. This is the Feywild. Things are crazy here.
But I want to try it so bad, we won't know. We'll just have to not know forever.
Okay, tell you what. Let us do this. Let us make these potions, and then you can have a bite of whatever's left. Fair?
That's a bad idea.
If you're not going to use all the fruit, sure.
We make no
Don't
promises.
make that promise. You're not getting any of this fruit. It's too dangerous.
You guys are awful. You guys are so lame. You freeze me and then you won't let me have any fun.
I'm sorry that I don't want you to die.
I lean over to Sylvia, and I'm like, well, that's the point. We would have accidentally used all of it, so there wouldn't have been any left. It would have been a
You know what?
promise.
I think Kaya has spent time with kids, and obviously Sylvia has not.
No, Sylvia barely interacts with her youngest sister, so.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
I am going to go get the next ingredient and try not to be mad.
Busy.
There's only one.
Alabella while they're gone.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, let's resolve this last one because it's actually gonna be really quick.
The fuck you want?
Yeah. The last one is the edge of reality. You go to it. It starts to spark up, and then it makes a weird warping sound, and then you're splashed with water, and you're kind of soaked.
This has been an awful day.
Yeah.
This coming from the person who wants to eat the fruit from the Feywild.
Half of this awful day has been your own fault.
Do you want this water in my clothes or not?
So being paralyzed for an hour, that's all hunky-dory fine. Being soaked, that's where you draw the line.
Hey, I'm pretty salty at Gorfrak, but Gorfrak's gonna get her due.
Jeez.
Go away.
Real.
I was a master prankster at Madame Lola's. I was master. Gorfrak didn't know what come for him. Do you want the surface water in my clothes or not?
What do you think?
Yes, please.
I'll squeeze the water from my clothes into a vial.
Okay. You do it, and you now have the ingredients. While this is all being put together, I think Gorfrak, you're going to be talking with Elabella during this. For this process of crafting it, you'll need 2 people to run equipment. Someone to prep the ingredients, the other one to use the magical equipment. I'm assuming no one has alchemical proficiency, so you can't use those tools. So you won't get additional assistance with this. As such, someone will have to do a sleight of hand check, and the other person will have to do a Arcana check.
So I should probably do the
checks.
Arcana.
Okay.
Unless somebody has.
I'm pretty good at following instructions, and I have really high sleight of hand.
What? I have a +4 in sleight of hand. What do you have?
+6.
I have +4 Arcana. Gorfrak, do you have higher than that?
Gorfrak's talking to Elabella during this, so that's the one character who cannot be doing this.
I have a +4 or a +0, and you have a +4, so you've beat me by 400%.
Yeah, obviously I beat you when it comes to Arcana. Like that's not even a question.
Okay, so for both of you, roll 3 different rolls.
3 different rolls?
3 rolls for your specific thing.
What am I supposed to do?
You don't need to do anything.
They all have to succeed?
Whoa!
And you don't know.
Probably then while they're doing
came
that.
out swinging.
I'm useful. You don't want to believe it, but I am.
You came in real high swinging today.
Oh, but that last one.
So Fern, you're interacting with all the ingredients. You honestly, the amount of professionalism that is involved with all this is actually really impressive. You don't need to use as much as you would have thought with the way you use it efficiently. And then we get to Sylvia for the.
Be told, I haven't done my div rolls yet for the day. That's what those 2 d20s are.
Okay.
I want to replace my 11 with a 16.
All right.
Somehow that feels illegal, but it worked in our favor, so I'm just gonna be quiet.
That's fine.
That's the entire divination wizard class, though, is being able to just totally change what the dice say on a moment's whim.
So 16, so I've been at 20 in total. Okay, so yeah, and Sylvia, you have something very similar, where again, very professional. You know how to somewhat work the equipment with your book's assistance. And in no time, you have a bottle of artificial raw magic. While you're thinking about what you want to do with that, Gorfrak, let's have that conversation. She just is watching, has her arms crossed, leaning against the wall. She's just relaxing, hanging out.
Can I be staring at her with pure annoyance while they're having a conversation?
Yeah, she's really unfazed by it.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want her to know that I don't like her.
It's literally just me, Alabella, and Urjar. Because this would have been while you guys were in the.
She's in the same room with you guys. She's just by the door.
But no, I wanted to have this conversation while they were gone.
Oh, well, they went. No, because even if in the other room, they didn't go anywhere. The final portal, which is in the edge of reality, that was splashing the. They didn't actually go there.
What about the Feywilds? Didn't they have to go through the into the Feywilds and the portal closed?
Oh, she wanted it during that time frame.
Yeah, because
it was it wasn't that far in.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's not private, but I wanna try to be friendly with her.
Can I eavesdrop? But I'm casually cleaning my sword or whatever, so it doesn't look like I'm eavesdropping. I look like I'm being productive.
Except for me, Urjar, and Alabella were in the Feywilds.
Fair. let Griffith have a little secret conversation here. It's all good. All right. What do you want to say?
Hi, Alabella. Regardless of how I feel about you, I wanted to apologize for how my friends have kind of been very standoffish with you. I know that Led is very curt. I really don't know how they socialize children in that village he comes from in the mountains. That's probably why you want to study them. How are you?
I'm doing fine, honestly. This has been somewhat entertaining, to say the least. You guys have very interesting skills and adventures you're going on. Like I said, I'm just here to observe.
Yeah. Speaking of adventures, why are you so willing to stick with us? Because I mean, obviously, I'm not an archaeologist or an anthropologist. But wouldn't you just be able to get what you need from an interview with Lat, or just a general kind of observation of him? What is so important about going to his monastery? If you could share.
Well, for one, he is not very forthcoming with any information, so an interview just doesn't work. Otherwise, I would have probably accepted that if it was highly detailed. But he's also not a detailed individual. On another note, it's more or less I am looking for a specific artifact that I believe their monastery has, and I want to confirm its existence. If I think what I understand it is, and if I do, then will be very beneficial to me.
Can you share about that artifact? I mean, is it something that you've studied for a long time?
Yes, it's supposed to be not a globe per se, but it is an artifact that when you hold it, it allows you to answer questions about different things about the world. And it is quite rare. I've only seen it in a few different accounts, and last known count of it has been with the Sattva.
Cool. I mean, I don't know if you're in the market for advice, but maybe sharing that with them would maybe make them less, abrasive towards you. Because I mean, you know a lot about us, but we know so little about you. And I know that I'm an urchin, and so nobody tests me at the first glance. And so from one person who's an outcast to somebody who I don't think wants to be an outcast, that might be a good way to peel the layers of show us who Alabella is.
She also might get a little bit of ground by using the right pronouns for Let, since she seems to know so much about them.
Yeah, she knows very little. She knows about you, but doesn't know anything about modern day. Which she's trying to find out.
Still hate her.
I wanted to
she will comment on what you said and say that I believe I have told my goal to him, and he must have probably forgotten to tell you.
Did you tell him about the orb?
She did.
Oh wow, because
just not what it was for.
Yeah,
I didn't find out what it was for.
You think Let remembers that though? Probably not.
No, because Rose didn't remember.
I also wanted to ask you about your accommodations from when we were camping the other night.
No, there was no magic door.
Oh, I'm not. Well, you see, you say that, and when I'm not here to have regrets or to lie. I crept into your tent while a friend was talking to Urjar, and I did see a door. I walked through it, and then I was outside the tent, and that's all I remember. And in my head, it was only 10 seconds. but I have reason to believe that I was in there for maybe like half an hour. And so like I mean I don't.
That is
As
a
long
weird
as you're not-
conundrum.
As long as you're not out to destroy like nature and the balance of our world, I really don't care what your gig is. But I just, I like to know things. I've been around a while, and knowing things is how I kind of stay stacked up to these youngins that are a lot stronger and a lot more agile than I am.
I can understand that. From my understanding, I've heard of doors such as these before, and they can appear anywhere. I don't. They go to different places of various origins. I personally don't know, but I'm not entirely sure what you found, but certainly would mean you don't remember it.
I kind of feel like this has been a long enough period that they would be kind of getting back at this point.
Yeah.
So I'd be hearing them coming or like the portal starting back up, and I'll just say, I know you don't know me that well, but I'm a fierce ally with those I trust.
Gives you a nod.
That leprechaun was really weird.
Leprechaun?
They wouldn't let me climb the fucking tree.
Yeah, and I had to give my leprechaun hat to one of the fairies so that we could get this friggin' fruit.
No, I thought you gave them the sword.
And my hat!
And candy.
Half my candy. I
Your
gave you a
sacrifice
lot of
was
my
very much
treasures,
appreciated. Sincerely,
We
your
can get you
sacrifice was
another hat.
appreciated.
You do have 5,000 gold pieces. You can get more hats.
Stop telling people that. I'm going to buy a
Okay,
lot of
I
birds
probably
with it.
didn't say. I probably would say you do have enough to buy more hats. I wouldn't say be so specific.
You've already said it. It's too late.
All right, jump back forwards.
Yep, we go back forward in time, and you guys have the potion.
Am I subtle enough to try a piece of this fruit while we're helping?
Here's the thing: your sleight of hand, you got a crit during that. Oh yeah, you fully can. I'm not going to stop you on that.
Anything crazy, or does it taste good?
It's the most wonderful thing you have ever tasted.
Ooh.
Why would you reward her? Why?
Oh, that wasn't a reward.
Is this like actual Fey food where like you
That
waste
was
away
so
needing to
good.
eat the rest of it?
Oh, so you know
Like-
the lore of fairy fruit then?
What did you just do to her?
I didn't do anything.
I did it
that
to
you-
myself, to be fair.
What did you just do to yourself?
So do we have to go back
Something bad.
and get more fruit to make it so she doesn't die?
Well, we'll find out.
Honestly,
I just eat
Fern,
it, savor it, keep working. I'm a responsible adult. I'm helping.
First, it was lycanthropy. Second, it was the
Ew,
family.
no,
Third.
second it was lycanthropy again.
No. Second was the family. Then third was lycanthropy again.
Again. And now,
And now it's
you have
Tinkerbell fruit.
You have a magical addiction to fruit.
I cause problems on purpose.
All right,
Sorry.
let's keep this.
Listen.
potion
I hate to say this.
along.
This is a Fern-specific problem. Like,
Yeah, he knew it was gonna happen. I see a button and I have to push it. I have to know what happens.
My favorite thing is that you keep stumbling into these life-altering problems without even knowing they're there.
oh man.
She knows
He wrote
they're
it up
there.
specifically
She just
because
chooses.
Nathaniel knows that I like to push buttons and eat things, and this is both.
Anyway, let's give
You could have
this potion.
selected. I thought that one was the dead giveaway of nicknaming it off of a typical literary.
You know what? After this
Yeah,
episode,
you said Feywilds. I was like, don't touch
Uh,
anything.
We'll know those stories.
Well, we'll talk about that at a different time.
A different time. After this episode, I'm canceling the stream. I can't with people anymore.
I think we'll also add to this kind of confusion here. Gorfrek, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, not this again.
Can I ask in
You're
the
fine.
meantime if
This is the second time I've rolled just fine on this, and that's terrifying to me.
is this like a normal fey curse where we can go bribe a fairy to take it off?
You don't know. We have to again. We don't know anything other than that she just tasted the best fruit in her life, and everything
Also-
in her how many years she's been alive. This is the best thing she's ever eaten.
Like, we've already commented on this, but Faith, how much do you know?
She's awesome.
You don't want to know the answer to that question.
I've
I
been playing
also
D&D
know
longer
that-
than Faith, and she knows more than me.
Well,
I
this
also
is
know that you're not supposed to tell them your name, or then
Yeah.
they can have power over you.
Or they
this isn't
feel
just like
who
D&D
you
typical
are.
lore.
Yeah.
This is like literal lore.
Did I tell
Yeah,
them my
this
name?
is
No.
No, you didn't.
Okay, good.
Okay, so no.
But you
It's a
did
specific
call
thing
her
where they
buddy,
say-
which would have been insulting.
It's a specific thing where they say, "Can I have your name?" And if you give them your name,
right.
you have given it to them, and it's no longer yours. Give me 2 seconds. My dog is being a crybaby outside the door.
No worries.
Can
Anyway,
we go ahead and feed the patient to the mouth on the door?
what would you like to use that potion for?
Feed the mouth on the door.
You do it
Were
properly.
we told what we
it
were supposed to use it
works.
for?
That's what you're
There's
supposed
a
to do it
big
for. There's a
stone
there's a
mouth
hole
on
the
the
mouth on the door.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
pour it
right.
in there,
that's
and
right. Okay.
yeah, you
Incredible.
pour it down there, and you go. It opens up, and you
This
have
is the
access to
second-
the next floor.
Our viewers would know this, but this is the second time that we've had a major plot point be behind a door with a face on it, or facial features.
It's not the
What's
last.
this?
Of course, it's not.
Are we referring to the one shot when we kept going in circles about
Yeah.
with the stupid fucking door?
Riddle door.
My gosh.
The door was so sleepy.
Those were the worst.
And then we
What's
opened
behind
it
the door, boss?
by opening it. Anyway,
Anyways, yeah, to the door.
on to Cirrus.
All right, you head to floor 3. This floor is a high-end arcane laboratory with
course.
various equipment and devices are performing their tasks automatically with magic brooms, spoons, and the like, all doing their thing.
So we just walked into the
There is a
sorcerer.
variety of tools, arcane components, things of various high level end things. At the far side is a door that is kind of like this. It's a weird color, honestly. It's kind of like tannish. It's made of, you believe, like a stone.
Is Cirrus
Like a
in
rocky
this
stone.
room?
He is not in this room, no. And that's kind of it. Yeah.
Not to triangulate where we all live, but like funny colored like the Flint Hills. Like Manhattan.
No, it's more of like you can roll perception on it, like that. I'll have you go.
Like
for that.
sandstone?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll
Kind of sandstone color would kind of be similar. I'll roll perception for you. And whoever else.
Now
would
all
like.
I can think is like
Kai got a 21.
Nice.
Gorfrek got a 25. You guys are killing it today. Both of you kind of understand. This kind of looks like almost very clay-like.
Did you see my Arcana roll?
Is this an illusion?
Oh yeah, that door's magic for sure. Also, most of this room is like magic oriented.
Well, yeah,
that's
but,
like that's a magic door.
Is Cirrus
Is it
hiding
like
behind an
portal
illusion right
magic
now?
door?
You don't see any illusionary like things like that. That perception you can
Okay.
definitely identify. There is no that style of trap. There are things going on here. He is not
Like
in this room.
portal magic door.
You don't know specifically, but you know it's magic. You'd have to experiment with it further to see. But,
Okay, but like it's
way it's made,
theoretically not.
it can move on its own.
It's not going to kill us theoretically, at least as far as we can tell.
At least at the distance you're at, It shouldn't be able to.
Oh boy.
Hell, why don't we just go up and knock?
But to be
the
fair,
last
at the
time
same
I knocked
time,
on a door here, I was attacked by a plant.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Be my guest, since you like to just say fuck it and do whatever you want.
I will go knock on this door because that is a dare.
Oh man. All right.
Oh no, I don't like that response.
So you get within 5 feet of it. It activates.
Oh god.
And comes out basically, so it kind of like sticks out of the door and kind of like a man-ish thing, like it's like a clay like warrior of some sort, a clay golem, if you will.
Fuck.
Cute.
And looks at you, and its eyes flicker between these different colors, and then flickers onto a red, and then punches you. Twice.
Ow.
Sylvia, with your Arcana check, you can identify what's going on. I was trying to identify what Fern was, decided that Fern was not what it was looking for, and is proceeding violently.
Okay.
Ow! Fuck!
And we would roll for initiative, but I think we're at our end for today.
Yeah, we're pretty
Let's
close.
find out how much
fight this
Fern gets
door.
punched first.
How much do I get punched?
Do this twice. So attack.
Not a good
Man.
session for Fern.
But
Those
it was
both
all
hit
Fern's
easy.
fault.
I was gonna say it was self-inflicted.
Kind of. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Wizard's Tower, full of shit to get into.
Hi, Biggie.
We really are making things
okay.
easy for you, aren't we?
You will take and do a Constitution saving throw for both. And you'll take a total of 26 damage.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
You fail both of them, and your max is reduced by that much.
What?
Oh.
It was nice knowing you, Fern.
Forever?
Didn't answer.
And then I think we'll end with Thomas being like, "Oh dear, I certainly forgot about him."
Bitch.
Could have said something!
Sir!
And
You run this house!
we will start up tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. Next time.
I was like,
I don't think Sir Thomas has many visitors because I don't think Sir Deacon has many visitors.
Sir
No.
Thomas can suck my dick.
oh my, okay.
Let's see.
I rolled.
Everyone else will roll your
unnecessary.
initiative for today, and then we'll make sure it's up for next time.
Okay.
So roll initiative or don't?
Yeah, roll initiative now. I'll get Kai here. Right. Oh, Fern, you get to go first. It's looking like.
No, bad.
All right. So we're gonna have Fern, Sylvia, Let, Gorfrek, Kai, the Clay Golem, and Lynrith. Elbella's in the back. She'll go on Lynrith's turn, and we will see you guys actually on Tuesday, as we are going to be playing on Tuesday next week. So we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everyone.
We hope.
Bye, everyone.